I wanted to do a video response to your latest video, and first I'd like to say I'm sorry to hear about the deaths in your family. I know that's always a difficult time, but it seems like those things kind of run in batches. You'll have several close together in the family, and then it'll go for quite a while without any deaths at all, and it seems like they kind of come together. But anyway, you have my condolences about those deaths. And you said something about visiting the family in the funeral home, and about that people don't seem to visit as much as they used to, and I think that's true of all of us. We may notice it more here in the South, since it seems like we held on to those visiting traditions maybe longer than the rest of the country. But I remember growing up, we would see relatives almost daily, and for sure sometime during the weekend. But those things have also gone away in this part of the South. We, even with modern conveniences, modern electronics, we don't stay in touch with each other like we did at one time. Even though we could pick up the phone and call, I suppose as people are very busy, they know they can get in touch or go see a relative on short notice and without too much trouble. And I suppose that's one of the things that's changed, that technology may have taken the place of visiting, since we know we can pick up the phone and call and talk at any time. And you talked about aging, and I have to agree with you on that. I remember when I was in elementary school, the kids in junior high seemed like old folks, and then when I got in junior high, the people in high school seemed a lot older than me. And even when I was in 11th grade, I remember thinking the seniors were a whole lot older and more mature than I was, and that same feeling carried on even off into college. When you're a freshman in college, you think the seniors are really a lot older and maybe a lot smarter than you are, and you think people out in the working world are older, a lot older. When you go out and go to work, you think the people that's been working there a few years are the old folks, and that keeps going on and on. And I can remember starting to worry about my parents when they approached 60 years old. I really thought they were reaching the end of their life, and here I am, 61, and I don't look at it that way anymore. I have a dad, I've told him here several times before, that's 91 years old, and of course I suppose if you're going to qualify to be old, he is old, but he may not look at it that way. But anyway, I found a few quotes about aging that I thought would be appropriate, kind of fit into this area of thought. And I have it set up so I can read those, and I won't read all of them. There's a whole bunch of them, but there's some real good ones about getting older and how we feel about age. And one of them is, and this one is by Ashley Montague, and I don't know if it's a he or she, but that person said, "The idea is to die young as late as possible." And Margaret Wheeler said, "Never lose sight of the fact that old age needs so little, but needs that little so much." And another one by, well, I've already read that one. Let me go on to the next one. Margaret Wheeler said that last one. This one is by Jules Pfeiffer, and Jules said, "At 16 I was stupid, confused, and indecisive. At 25 I was wise, self-confident, prepossessing, and assertive. At 45 I'm stupid, confused, insecure, and indecisive. Who would have supposed that maturity is only a short break in adolescence?" I think there's a lot of truth in that one. And let's see, here's Kurt Vonnegut said, "True terror is to wake up one morning and discover that your high school class is running the country." And I suppose that is true, Tara. Bill Vaughn said, youth is when you're allowed to stay up late on New Year's Eve. Middle age is when you're forced to. And I'll read one or two more here. Sheila K. Smith said, I'm old enough to see how little I have done in so much time and how much I have to do in so little time. And Bennett Cerf said, middle age is when your classmates are so gray and wrinkled and bald they don't recognize you anymore. And there's a lot of truth there too. I'll read one more and that'll be it. Joan Collins, this was her saying about old age. And Joan said, the problem with beauty is that it's being born rich and getting poor. And you have to think about that one a little while. I guess she was talking about aging and a woman aging and losing her beauty. And I might read that again. She said, the problem with beauty is that it's like being born rich and getting poor. Well, those are just a few, I love quotations, and I thought those fit in. There's many more good ones here, but I won't bore everybody by reading those. But anyway, wanted to answer your video there and give me my thoughts on aging. And like I said, I'm 61 now, and I plan to retire when I'm 66. And on my 61st birthday, I started marking a calendar, which that means I have 5 years or 60 months from last November. So each month I mark off a month down to my retirement age of 66. So I've marked off December and January already, so I'm down to less than 58 months until my planned retirement. And I guess we all have to say planned retirement because you never know how your mental and physical capabilities will hold up, I guess, over 5 years at this time in your life. But anyway, if mine hold up, I plan to work till I'm 66. And then I even think if I'm still mentally and physically able, I'll probably work, not maybe a full-time job, but still work some even after I'm that age. So that's my comments on family and visiting with the family and growing older. And this is Mess About One.